Hello everybody, JörgenS here again, this time with another vinyl update. It is that time of the month and November hasn't been all that good. I haven't been able to find more than 2 full-length albums on vinyl this month, and I found them today. So not all that good month actually, the slow month. But I found some vinyl singles that was pretty interesting, and I have also been able to find some CDs that I was very happy to find. So it's going to be a vinyl update nonetheless. Starting off with the vinyls, full-length vinyl albums that I found, both in the same style. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of Hammond organ music, some easy listening, relaxing Hammond organ music. Easy listening music from the 60s, maybe the early 70s. This is Hammond at Midnight, Volume 2, Potpourri mit Claudio Martinelli, Hammond organ und Rhythmusgruppe. The last one was in German. And Claudio Martinelli, I have some records with him since before, and he's a pretty good organist, so it's going to be very interesting. I have a lot of titles here, mostly in German, along with famous tracks, titles like Rock on the Clock and so on, released on tip. Also more Hammond organ found today. Ken Griffin at the organ, The Cuckoo Waltz, released on CBS in 1967. This one is some German titles also, but some famous English titles like My Heart Cries for You, Open Up Your Heart, The Petite Waltz, You Belong to Me, and so on. So some relaxing, great Hammond organ music. Now moving on to some vinyl singles. Starting off with some singles that were part of what we in Europe call the Eurovision Song Contest. It comes once a year, and European countries competing in music, and has done so since the late 50s. This is the Portugal's entry for this Eurovision Song Contest from 1986, and that contest was in Bergen, in Norway. This is the English version of the Portuguese entry, sung by Dora, and the title is You're Hurting Me. I don't remember right now what the original Portuguese title is, but I remember it was pretty good actually. I saw this contest from 1986 when at the time. Here is the Norwegian entry from 1989, Britt Synnøve, with the last name Johansen, and the title Venners nærhet. And the English version is also here, Words of Friendship. This one, I think she was just 16 or 17 years old when she competed. Moving on to some soul. This is Swedish king of soul, Eric Gadd. Here's a guy who knows his soul music, definitely. It's really, really awesome soul, funky groove. This is Excuse Me Hallelujah from 1991 and his breakthrough album from then. Really like this guy. He's a great soul singer. Here's Randy Crawford at her version of Imagine, and I'm a huge fan of Randy Crawford, and I'm sorry everybody who is Beatles fans, but I'm a little bit tired of the original song, the original version, and I prefer actually Randy Crawford's version because she has such a marvelous voice. I really, really like her voice, and this is a live recording also. Bee Gees from 1978, Too Much Heaven. This one is a little special. This is British synth pop group Strange Arrangements with the song Into the Light. This song I actually never heard of before yesterday. I heard it at a web page I found that was streaming some songs by a little less known artists. And I thought to myself when I heard it, this is awesome. This is really good synth pop music from 1984. I really hope I find this one at the vinyl one day. It didn't even take me 24 hours until I found it today at a second-hand store, so I was extremely happy. Sheila E., Holy Rock from 1986. I heard this one at the radio program when I was a kid, so really happy to find this one. And Olivia Newton-John, a song that shocked everybody who thought of Olivia Newton-John as being prude and really nice girl. Here she took on a little sexier image when she sang Physical in 1981. So with that, move on to the CDs. The oldest ones. I bought the following 2 CDs at a little second hand that they had way out in the countryside at a place here in the community called Selånger. It was a cafe that had a little minor second hand where different sellers were having tables where they sold from. And one actually sold very cheap CD records. And I was able to find this one as well. Pretty curious. This is Katrina and the Waves, British 80s group with Edge of the Land from 1993. Katrina and the Waves here, most famous for Walking on Sunshine, who actually is here in a 93 remix. Was here way past their prime. So I'm a little prepared that this might not be all that good, but it could actually be pretty good. It's going to be very interesting. This one I didn't buy for its musical beautiness. I bought it because it's hysterically funny. As you've heard me say from time to time, I'm a fan of these kind of records that actually is a laughing stock, that actually isn't meant to be funny, but it is funny because it is so stupid. You wonder why have they put this actually on record, but you laugh at it. Here's an example. This is Swedish tennis player Mats Wilander. Some of you might remember that he, in 1988, I think, won French Open. I think he won US Open also. I'm not too sure about that. I think also he was the number 1 in the world at a very short period of time. But he wasn't satisfied with that. In 1991, he wanted to give it a try at the music business. So he did this EP together with Canadian rock musician Chris Selden. The Ghost of Margaret is the title of the EP, and 4 tracks is in English, and 1 track is on Swedish. And that is the single on this EP, När man har funnit glädjen, When you have found happiness. This EP is so stupid because, first of all, Mats Wilander can't sing. He does his best to sound like a cool rock star, but it's really, really bad. But most of all, the lyrics are so hysterically stupid. It's like he had put each and every cliche and the words they think is cool rock rhymes on a table and put it together. This is what rock stars sing about. This is really, really bad poetry. But that is what is so actually funny. This was a laughing stock in 91, and I've been looking for this one ever since. It's a little more serious stuff. This is Marvin Gaye with a soundtrack from a movie called Trouble Man from 1972. I don't know anything about that movie, but I think it is, judging from some pictures here, that it is what they call blaxploitation movie. But Marvin Gaye has done all the music on this soundtrack, so that is going to be very, very interesting. I'm a huge fan of Marvin Gaye. Maybe the best 70s soul artists. Uh, in 5th of November, I celebrated my 40th birthday. I turned 40 then. And as a present from an organization that I'm a board member in, I got a gift card or a gift certificate for a warehouse that we have here in Sweden called Åhléns, where they're actually selling new records. It's one of the few places here in Sundsvall where they actually do that. So I was able to, for around, I think it was $25, buy new CDs actually. And here is able to find two that I wanted to have for quite some time. It was on my wish list, no doubt about it. This is the latest Pet Shop Boys, called Electric. It was released last year in 2013, and this once again completes my Pet Shop Boys collection. This one is pretty good. It is more of a electric dance style, little trance, little techno style, but at the same time you can hear that it's produced by Pet Shop Boys. It is way better than the album before this, Elysium, who I thought was a pretty bad album, that actually maybe one of Pet Shop Boys' worst albums. This one is pretty good, really good produced, but I really hope that this techno dance style is a little experiment like their disco remix albums. I hope that till the next album they have gone back to being the world's greatest producers of great pop, intelligent pop music with a little synth pop in the edges. This is a great album, but I'm not too sure that I think it's going to hold for another album within the same style. But listen to the song Axis, the first song on this album. Really good, almost instrumental and really danceable. I also found this one. This is an album released this year, 2014, or album. It's an EP. It is by far the newest thing I have when it comes to records in my house, in my home. This is Robin, the Swedish soul sensation that, as you know, I'm a huge fan of. I wanted to have her in my Mount Rushmore this summer, a thread that Robert C. did. Robin, who nowadays sings more electro stuff, electro synth pop music. Here she is in a collaboration with the Norwegian electro group Röyksopp, and an EP called Do It Again, and the title track was a pretty good hit here in Sweden this spring. This is a really great album, really relaxing, with Robin's great voice and with Röyksopp's amazing atmospheric synth pop electro style. This is really good. I highly recommend it. Maybe the best thing that came out in any music that came out for the past years, actually, no doubt about it. Last Sunday it was a huge second hand in a big place. They had a lot of sellers with the tables standing everywhere, selling different stuff, and I was there and I was able to find one seller that sold really good CDs, different styles. This is really great quality. This looks almost like new, and it was pretty cheap as well. I think I bought it for $1, something like that. This is Crowded House, Australian pop group, who had hits like Don't Dream Is Over and Weather With You. This is a collection, the very best of Crowded House. Really great guitar pop music. I really like this one. It's a really relaxing guitar pop music. Genesis and the collection they had. A lot of collections here. Turn It On Again, the hits. Collection released in 1999. Reaches from the 70s all the way to 1999. Here is British soul funk artist Jason Kay, more known as Jamiroquai, an artist that sounds a little like Stevie Wonder did in the 70s. This is his album from 2001, The Funk Odyssey, containing the single Lil L. I think this is a great artist. It's really funky, really groovy. I have almost every album that he has released. I think the only thing missing is the latest album that he released. But this one, hopefully, it's just as good as the other ones. And if everyone is just as good as Lil L, the single, I'd be very happy. And here is a couple of very interesting ones. This is New Order, British synth-pop group with their collection International. It's a pretty good collection, even though it's they're not telling all the truth. It says here, a brand new greatest hits collection with all their hits from 1981 to 2002. And I can say it's far from all their hits. First of all, as in every collection, the song Subculture is missing. I think the only collection I found it in is on the 1987 collection. If anybody out there who knows New Order, can anyone tell me why Subculture is so banned from each and every collection New Order does? Would be very interesting to know, because it is very much nostalgia. I listened to that one very much when I was a kid, and I really I found it on. I didn't find it until I think 3 years ago. Very hard to find. But this collection still is a great one, even though there are some missing. Subculture is missing. There a song for the British for the World Cup, football World Cup, soccer World Cup in 1990. World in Motion is also missing, even though it's mentioned in the book sheet. So not all, this isn't all the hits that they're actually promoting it, but it's still a great album. But I was also able to find this one. This is, I think it is a little oddity that is a little hard to find. This is New Order, BBC Radio, live in concert from 1987. Containing some of their best hits, Touched by the Hand of God, True Faith, of course, well, not Blue Monday actually, but Bizarre Love Triangle and so on. So this is going to be very interesting. The New Order is a very boring band to watch live, but they are very, very recommended to listen to live. And finally, a record CD that I found today. This is British Britpop band Pulp, with the singer Jarvis Cocker, that hits with Common People and Disco 2000 and so on. This is, I think, it's one of the first albums, if not the first one. I'm not too sure about that, but it's called His and Hers from 1994. It's been a huge revival for me for Britpop music. I've been able to find so much great Britpop this year. So I was very happy to find that one. So with that, I hope that you have a nice continuing of the weekend. I think I will, I've been spinning so much records lately. I've had to go through all these records that I've found in Stockholm and at the record fair. So I've been spinning a lot of records. I think that I soon will come back with some reviews of some of the records that I've been spinning. You have seen me showing these records, but now I will try to give little opinions of them also. So with that, I hope that you have a nice time, and until next time, so long.